Her name was Kellis of the High Valleys. She stood nearly 80 feet tall when she straightened her back. Her skin carried the color of storm clouds before rain. Her eyes shone silver in the dark. To her people I was small. To her I was fragile. To me she was the most beautiful being in two worlds. Humans had only known the Jotari for 5 years. We found them on a high-gravity world that should have crushed us. They moved across mountains as if they were hills. They spoke in voices that rolled like distant thunder. At first we feared them. Then we learned they were curious, careful. Proud Kale was assigned to our joint research outpost in the Red Basin. The basin was wide and dry. Stone pillars rose from the sand like broken teeth. The air shimmered with heat during the day and froze at night. It was the only place our two species could work side by side without one suffocating or collapsing. I was a xenobiologist. My job was to study Jotari physiology and help build safe exchange protocols. I thought I understood them. I did not understand heat season. The Jotari entered a heightened biological state once every few cycles. Their bodies flooded with hormones. Their senses sharpened. Their strength increased. Their emotions burned hot and bright. It was not only about reproduction. It was about dominance and survival. In their ancient past, heat season meant combat. It meant territory fights and mate challenges. It meant blood. Modern Jotari did not fight to the death anymore. They withdrew. They isolated themselves. They waited for the storm inside to pass. 3 days before it began, Kellis called me to the observation tower. I rode the lift up the steel spine until I stood level with her face. She rested on her knees in the basin so she would not loom over the structures. Her eyes were not silver that day. They were bright white. "You must leave," she said. Her voice trembled through the tower frame. "My heat rises." I swallowed. I had read the reports. I had seen the numbers. Elevated strength, aggression spikes, unpredictable impulses. "I can monitor from a safe distance," I said. "We have barriers. We have protocols." She shook her head. The motion stirred dust across the basin floor. "Protocols will not hold if I lose control. I do not wish to harm you." The word harm hung in the air. "You would not hurt me," I said. Her gaze locked on me. For a moment I saw something raw behind it. Hunger, fear, shame. "You do not know that," she said. "Command ordered all human staff to transfer to orbit during any active heat cycle. We had followed that rule with every other Jotari partner. I told Command I would remain. I said it was for science. I said it was for trust. I said Kellis would never forgive us if we abandoned her in a time of vulnerability. The truth was simpler. I did not want to leave her alone. Heat began at dawn. The sky turned red as the sun rose through dust. Kellis stood at the far edge of the basin. Her breathing came slow but deep. Sensors fed data into my wrist pad. Heart rate elevated. Muscle tension high. Neural activity spiking in limbic regions. I watched from the reinforced bunker near the tower base. The walls were layered with alloy designed to resist asteroid impact. They would not stop a determined We all knew that. She paced in wide circles. Each step shook the ground. Her fingers flexed against the sand. Once she struck a stone pillar. It shattered. "I am stable," she said over the comlink. Her voice was tighter now. "But you should not be here." "I am here," I answered. "We will get through this." Hours passed. The heat climbed. The air between us seemed to thicken. My own pulse raced, though I was not the one flooded with alien hormones. By midday, her restraint began to crack. A supply drone lifted from the pad to deliver nutrient packs. The drone hummed softly. It should have been nothing. Kellis turned toward it as if struck. Her pupils narrowed to slits. She crouched. Before I could issue a command, she leaped. 80 feet of muscle and fury crossed the basin in a heartbeat. Her hand closed around the drone. Metal screamed as she crushed it. She roared. The sound blasted sand against the bunker walls. Kellis, I shouted into the cum. Stand down. It is not a threat, silence answered. Then her breathing, fast, ragged. I know, she said. I know, but I cannot stop the urge to destroy moving things. That was new. Not in the reports, not in the data. She slammed her fist into the ground. The impact cracked the basin floor. I felt the tremor through my boots. Command called from orbit. They ordered me to evacuate. They said the shuttle would descend within minutes. I looked at Kellis kneeling in the dust. Her shoulders shook. No, I said. If I leave now, she will see it as rejection, as fear. That will make it worse. You are not authorized to make that risk assessment. Command replied. I cut the channel. I stepped out of the bunker. The heat struck me at once. Not just the sun. Something else. A scent like ozone and iron. Pheromones. My head swam. Kellis froze when she saw me. For a moment the white blaze in her eyes softened. You should not breathe this air, she said. I can handle it, I lied. I walked toward her. Each step felt small in that vast space. She towered above me, even on her knees. I stopped 10 meters from her hand. Her fingers were longer than my body. Focus on me, I said. Not the sky, not the drones, me. She lowered her face until her eye filled my vision. I saw my reflection in it, a tiny human in a suit. You are prey-sized, she whispered. I know. The words did not scare me as much as they should have. Her hand moved before I could react. 2 fingers closed around me, gentle by her standards, crushing by mine. My suit alarms screamed as pressure spiked. Kellis, I gasped. You are hurting me. Her grip loosened at once. She lifted me to her face. Her breath washed over me, hot, sharp. I should throw you far away, she said, before I bite. My heart slammed in my chest. You will not bite me, I said. You are stronger than this. Her jaw tightened. For a second I saw the struggle. Instinct against will, storm against anchor. Then a sound split the air, another. Jotari roar echoed from beyond the ridge. My blood ran cold. We believed the Red Basin was isolated. We were wrong. A male Jotari crested the ridge. Larger than Kellis, scarred. His eyes burned white. Heat season drove him too. He must have tracked her pheromones across miles. He saw me in her hand. He roared again, challenge. Kellis stiffened. Her grip around me tightened despite herself. Pain flared along my ribs. Put me down, I said through clenched teeth. You need both hands. She hesitated. The male charged. The ground shook like an earthquake. Sand exploded beneath his strides. Kellis set me down behind a broken pillar. Then she rose to her full height. She roared back. The sound was not fear. It was fury. They collided in the center of the basin. Flesh hit flesh with a crack like thunder. The impact knocked me off my feet. I scrambled behind the pillar as their feet tore trenches in the sand. The male swung first. His fist struck her shoulder. I heard bone strain. She answered with a blow to his jaw. Blood sprayed across the red dust. This was what heat had once meant. Dominance, survival, what? The data feeds spike beyond safe limits. Muscle output exceeding known records. Adrenal surges off scale. The male grabbed her arm and twisted. She snarled and drove her knee into his chest. He staggered. She seized the moment. Both hands locked around his head. She slammed him into the basin floor. The shockwave knocked. Down the tower, steel screamed as it bent. The male tried to rise. Kellis pressed him down with her full weight. "Leave," she growled. He clawed at her. She struck his temple once, twice. The third blow sent him limp. Silence fell except for her breathing. She stood over him, chest heaving. Blood ran from a cut along her brow. White faded slowly from her eyes. I stepped out from behind a pillar. "Kellis," I called. She looked at me. For a heartbeat I feared she would not recognize me. Then her gaze cleared. "You are alive," she said. "I am alive." She swayed. The heat still burned in her, but something had shifted. The fight had given it focus. Direction. She looked down at the unconscious male. "He will live," she said, "but he will not return." I believed her. Her legs trembled. The surge was fading. Exhaustion replaced fury. She sank to her knees. The basin floor cracked again under her weight. I approached slowly. I placed my hand against her finger. The skin was warm, rough, steady. "You should have left," she said softly. "Yes," I answered. "I should have." She closed her eyes. "If he had reached you first, I would have killed him, even if it meant exile." "That is not a mistake," I said. She opened her eyes again. Silver now, calm. "The mistake was thinking I could face heat alone," she said. "The mistake was thinking you were too fragile to stand beside me." I laughed weakly. My ribs ached. My suit was cracked. The tower lay in ruins. A Jotari male lay unconscious in the dust. "Next time," I said, "we reinforce the basin walls." A faint smile touched her lips. Command descended within the hour. They found destruction. They found data that would rewrite our understanding of Jotari biology. They found me sitting against Kellis's hand as if it were the safest place in the world. I had not listened when she told me to stay away. I had made a mistake, but as the sun set over the broken basin and Kellis watched the horizon with steady silver eyes, I understood something simple. Humanity does not turn away from storms. We stand beside them, even when they tower over us, especially then. Asterisk.